What the fuck is up, everyone? Prison Miller here. Today we are doing another Ranking Every Album series. Today we'll be doing Bullet for My Valentine. As you may know, recently they had drama going on with Trivium about this touring process. I'm not sure if it's really beef. It's mainly Pablo, whatever his last name is, from Trivium, the bassist, and Matt Tuck. I don't think it's the band versus band in general, and as you may know, for the last couple of months, Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine are touring, celebrating for 20th anniversary of Trivium's Ascendancy and Bullet for My Valentine's The Poison. Both albums came out in 2005, and I will be doing a review on every Trivium album. I know some of you may watch my old version of it, but I took it down because my reviews on them are not good, so I'm decided to do a proper review on them. I'll do that after Bullet for My Valentine, but first we're going to do Bullet for My Valentine. Why? Because I've never done Bullet for My Valentine yet, so I decided to do that first. Just as usual, I am not interested in EPs, compilations, demos, live albums, cover albums, re-recorded albums, or any side projects from band members. I am only reviewing the full-length studio albums of original materials only. All 7 albums, so without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. Alrighty, starting up, we got their debut album, The Poison, released October 3rd, 2005, off of Trustkill Records. As you may know, this is the band's debut album. Before this, they were originally called Jeff Killed John, or whatever that name is. And then they released an EP called Hand of Blood, and then it turned out to be this album. And I'll have to say, I find this album kind of overrated, to tell you the truth. Now, don't get me wrong, there's shit tons of bangable songs like Tears Don't Fall, 4 Words to Choke Upon, Hit the Floor, Room 409, Cries in Veins, a lot of great songs. But there are some few issues I may find a bit on this album, like I'm not a fan of this emo sounding approach. Like, most of the lyrical content is basically Matt Tuck's holding a grudge against his girlfriend who cheated on him. That's pretty much what this album is. And yeah, maybe I'm not, again guys, emo's not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. I mean, but I would give a lot of credit for his heavier instrumentation approach, this hard-hitting vocals and such, with his harsh vocals and such. I'll give some props for that, but as for all, I would say it's a pretty solid album, but I find it overrated. So I'm feeling a 3 out of 5, leaning towards a 2.5 out of 5. I say it's decent. I mean, it's not a bad album overall. I find it really decent because I have to give credit for with the riffs and such like that, the aggression and stuff like that. I'll have to give credit for that. If it wasn't for that, this may be a 2.5. So yeah, 3 out of 5. I think it's a pretty decent album. Alrighty, next up we got Scream, Aim, Fire, released January 28, 2008, off of Jive Records. Now, as you may know, this album kind of changed their sound a bit with more of this thrash metal approach while keeping their metalcore sound. As you may know, Scream, Aim, Fire, like throughout the lyrical content is basically about war. I mean, lyrical content is much different than The Poison. It has less screaming than their previous album, but I'd say this album is heavier than The Poison. I know this may sound a little hypocritical. Like, I think just because there's more screaming doesn't automatically make it heavier. I feel like it's a lot more aggressive tone than The Poison is, with this chugging riffs, these thrashier riffs, this higher tempo drum beats. Like, throughout this album, it's basically about war, unlike The Poison, which is basically simping for your girlfriend, as you may know. Like, the song Eye of the Storm, definitely one of my favorite songs. Like it has throughout this album has really have nothing to do with love or breakups or some shit like that. A lot of it's basically about heavy storm, tornado, war, some shit like that. Like, it has really great thrashier riffs. Although some of the songs do have some kind of the same similar way from The Poison, but not as much. But I have to say, this is a much improvement album. It's a lot more aggressive. Like, I really do like Matt's like aggressive, clean vocals. I prefer him have that than the scream vocals, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd rather have him with this more it kind of sounds him more menacing, if you know what I mean, with his vocals. And from what I've read, that during the Poison tour, Matt Tuck blew out his vocals, and his doctor tells him to stop using harsh vocals, but he went against their orders, so he decided to be a lot more careful with that, with Scream Aim Fire, and it pretty much worked a lot better. So all I have to say is I think it's a much better album. I do like pretty much all the tracks, to be honest. Much improved album than the Poison, in my personal opinion. So I would go for a 4 to 5. In fact, I think this is their best album by any means. I do like this hard-hitting aggression approach and such. So there is that. Next up we got is Fever, released April 26, 2010, off of Sony Music. And as you may know, they kind of removed their thrash metal sound, more of this little traditional heavy metal sound, but more mainstream approach. While Matt Heafy... No, what the hell? Not Matt Heafy. Matt Tuck. I get Matt's mixed up, you guys. I apologize. Matt Tuck, not Matt Heafy. What the hell? I apologize if I said his last name wrong. Wrong guy. Matt Heafy's from Trivium. Okay, anyways, yeah, Matt Tuck continues to be more careful with his harsh vocals, as he uses it on some occasions. I mean, they kind of went back to still keeping their metalcore sound. They went to more of this traditional heavy metal sound in some cases, but it kind of didn't work on some more cases. I kind of rather have them have more of an aggression tone. I think they kind of made this to more like a mainstream audience, as I guess. Like, I pretty much enjoyed half of this album, while the other half is kind of boring, to be honest with you. Like, there are some songs that I just don't really fuck with, like Alone, Bittersweet Memories, and A Place Where You Belong. But there are some songs that I do fuck with, like Your Betrayal, The Last Fight, Begging for Mercy, and some shit like that. Yeah, those songs I do fuck with. But yeah, this one is kind of like a 50-50. I'm just not a fan of this emo approach, you know, the song Bittersweet Memories. Like, yeah, they continue on with this little metalcore sound with more clean vocals and harsh vocals and such. But overall, half of this album is just kind of a bore for me, so... And the producer on this album is the same producer who did Linkin Park's first 2 albums, so... He's somewhat a decent choice for it, I guess, but not really at the same time, so... Yeah, I go for a 2.5 to 5 on this album. It's a 50-50 for me. It's okay. I mean, it's nothing special. I probably won't go back to it, to be honest with you, so... There's that. Alrighty. Next up we got is Temper Temper, released February 8, 2013, off of Sony Music. And I'll be honest with you guys, did I like this album back then, like 10 years ago? Yeah. Nowadays, not really. I mean, the album pretty much continues on with the same elements as Fever, but I don't know. It's kind of the same thing. It's just a lot more boring and just predictable. I mean, they kind of dropped their tune a bit down to drop B. They have the same producer, Don Gilmore, who also produced their last album with this Linkin Park Good Charlotte production. And yeah, I mean, the album throughout, it's just really, almost all the songs sound the same. Even some of their heavier songs, such as Temper Temper, Riot, and Breaking Point. It may be one of their heavier songs and maybe the best songs of the album, but it's just really underwhelming and kind of a bore. And the song Tears Don't Fall Part 2 is kind of a huge downfall from Part 1. Like we kind of want to expect a really special thing since it's a Part 2, but it's just very underwhelming and kind of a disappointment to the song of Tears Don't Fall, of the original Tears Don't Fall. Like, Tears Don't Fall Part 2 is just very underwhelming, and yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. Like, it's just extremely underwhelming. And they even hired Chris Jericho to write the song Dead to the World, which I don't know why they hired him in the first place. Like, okay, good for you. You hired Chris Jericho to write the song End of the World. Song's boring. So yeah. Yeah, and throughout the song, it kind of has more like his butt rockish, metalcore-ish approach, and it just gets so old quick. It's just flat out lame, boring, and just, I don't know, very incompetent, I guess, by Bullet for My Valentine standards. And some of their more melodic tracks, like POW, it's just not really doing much to me. It's just really boring and makes me want to fall asleep. And yeah, it's just a really dull song, to be honest with you. I mean, it just seems like Bullet for My Valentine made this album for business, I guess. So I'm going to go for a 1.5 out of 5. I guess leaning towards a 2 because it's not total dog shit or anything. But overall, 1.5 out of 5 nonetheless. Next up we got is Venom, released August 14, 2015, off of Sony Music. And yeah, I'll say this is an improvement over their last 2 albums. It's got back more of their heavier, thrashier sound with some elements from Scream, Aim, Fire. It's got some opening tracks such as No Way Out, Army of Noise, Worthless, and such. I think the production is a lot better. I think Matt Tuck's vocals is a lot better too. He's got some of the growl vocals, for example, Army of Noise. It's got thrashier riffs, great solid solos as well. But I do have some downfalls on it. There's a few bit of fillers here and there, such as The Harder the Heart and Broken and such like that. But most of all, it's pretty enjoyable in some cases. So yeah, I'll give credit to that. I think it's better produced, better songwriting, better riffs and such like that. So I'll go for a strong 3 out of 5. I think it's a really decent album. I could go for a 3.5 if they could do some few trimmings here and there. But overall, 3 out of 5. That's all I have to say for this one. Next up we got is Gravity, released June 29, 2018, off of Spine Farm Records. And holy shit, what an absolute letdown this album is. Like, what the fuck just happened? I mean, the last album pretty much improved, and then the next album just fucking sucks and made it worse. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is up with Bullet for My Valentine. Like, they started to improve the album after their mid-album, and it started to improve a lot. And then the next album, it just drops off really fast and just went really bad. Like, they did this twice. They did it twice now. And, like, what the fuck? So, yeah, Gravity, I don't know what the fuck that I just heard, but it's just, what I've heard from this album is fucking electronic sounds, poppy, butt rockish songs on there. I mean, they hired a drummer from Pitch Shifter to do this album, and like, wow. And it's also the first album with JB Mathis as a contributing member, since Matt Tuck did the bass on their last album. All you hear is this album is some new metal elements, some post-hardcore elements, some emo elements. Sounds like you hear something from fucking Bring Me the Horizon. And I'm going to say this right now, guys. I am not a fan of Bring Me the Horizon, okay? I just hate the dude's voice, Oliver Sykes. I just can't stand that guy's voice, to be honest with you. And it's just full of poppy-ish sounds. It may have some few metalcore elements, but not a lot. Like on songs like Don't Need You and some shit like that. But most of it's just like poppy-ish sound, pop rock sounds. And it's just awful, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why they think that way. Why they think it's a good idea to make an album like this. So, I don't want to go to further details here. It's awful. I go for a 1 out of 5. This is terrible. And I think this is Bullet for My Valentine's worst album to date. By far their worst album. Like, I don't really want to talk about this anymore. Let's just go ahead and move on to the recent album. Next up we got is their self-titled release November 5th, 2021 off of Spine Farm Records. And holy shit, they really stepped their game up this time with this album. Like, big time. I mean, this is a massive improvement. Like, it's something I have not heard from Bullet for My Valentine. Like, you hear some, like, a lot of the non-melodic stuff, like the opening track, Parasite, and then Nice, which is a very hard-hitting song. I mean, they may have some more melodic tracks like My Reverie and Can't Escape Their Ways, but then again, there's got some massive, insane grooves like Bastards, Rainbow Veins and such like that from start to finish throughout the album. And then throughout the album, you hear some, like, a lot of thrashy guitar solos from Michael Paget, or Paget, whatever his last name is, throughout the solos throughout this album kind of sounds a bit like Trivium a bit. And yeah, I have to say that I think it's a really good album. I think this is their strongest album in a very long time. Even the bonus tracks were great on the re-release that came out a year after. I actually find pretty good. So yeah, I really think they step it up this time, and hopefully they won't fuck it up again, because they did it twice. So I think it's a really good album, so I'll go for a 3.5 out of 5. I'll have to say that this is my second favorite Bullet for My Valentine record, behind Scream Aim Fire. So yeah, this is my second favorite Bullet for My Valentine album. I have to say, I'm really impressed with this album. It's a massive step up from Gravity, major improvement, and I hope they continue to stay like that. I hope they don't fuck this up ever again, because they did it twice, and if they fuck up again with the next album, I'll be very sad. But anyways, guys, yeah, self-titled album definitely stepped up their game. And that's it, guys. That's all the albums. So yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on the Bullet for My Valentine's albums? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, I will be doing Trivium next, reviewing every Trivium album next. So yeah, guys, so that's it. Subscribe for more content. And holy shit, there's more videos to check out that's popping on my screen. So check those videos out. Subscribe for more content and all that bullshit. And I'm going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here. So I'm out.